If you want to be happy, you need to stop trying to be happy. Happiness is not an achievable state. Happiness is a desire. It's a desire, and desire is insatiable. Desire begets desire begets desire. And the joy, the peace that you really do crave, the fulfillment, the contentment is in the acceptance. Happiness is a desire. It's some kind of goal. It's something that we think is outside of ourselves, and it's really just a product of our consumerist mindset. Always wanting to add more, add more, add more, add more. Only to find that none of it actually fills us up. Which is ironic, and then we begin to think that we're the broken ones. Why can't I just be happy? Why can't I just let myself be happy? I must be broken. Because everyone around me seems to have it figured out. And I don't. I might have XYZ or I might not have XYZ, so therefore that's the problem. But even if I do have everything I'm supposed to need, I'm still not happy, and that means that I'm broken. And so this cycle of shame continues, whether we blame it on an attribute of ourselves or something external facing that we lack, or usually both. It becomes a self-perpetuating cycle of shame and rejection. The reason why we enter this cycle is because we think that there is something missing from us. We think that there is something achievable that'll make us whole, but because of the process I just described, it's not true. Life is completely cyclical, which is why our mind works in loops. And when we resist the idea that life is cyclical and that there is no start or end point, really, there is no goal, there is no set destination or state that will fulfill you, the resistance towards that idea is what keeps you feeling like you're just in a loop, because you don't understand why you're going in circles. You think it's fruitless. You think it's your fault or someone else's or something else's fault. But really, that's exactly how life is supposed to work. That's how you're supposed to work. You're supposed to meet the same sort of checkpoints, if you will, but just approach them in different ways. And usually the way that we look at this is we go, because I'm seeing the same checkpoint, it means that there's something wrong. Oops, gotta try again. Oftentimes we try again in the exact same way, which is what leads us in this, or what leads us into a feeling of stuckness. But even if we do come at it with a more growth-driven mindset, we'll find that we still haven't gotten to the root of the issue, which is that, yeah, you're going in circles. That's the point. Except it's not a circle. It is a spiral. And sometimes it could feel like a downward spiral, but really it's a spiral in all kinds of directions, and you will meet the same points time and time again. But that's just meant to allow you to see yourself, your life, everything that encompasses in newer, fresher perspectives. And before you call me a Pollyanna, think about our routines. We thrive off routines. We need routines to feel secure, to feel stable. That's why we have homes and families and friendships. We need repetition. We're creatures of repetition. We're creatures of habits and cycles. So why is it a bad thing that we enter cycles inevitably? And is it possible that we can choose to maneuver and support ourselves through these cycles in a more compassionate way. Now that we know that we're not in these cycles because we're broken or there's something bad or wrong with us. Happiness is not an achievable state. You will never, ever, 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 ever achieve this crystallized state in which suddenly everything is just in its place, except for when you're in a place of acceptance. When you're in a place of acceptance, there is no circumstance that can shake that. That's what the peace is, the joy, the peace, the contentment. Everything that you actually want is in a state of acceptance. And that is not achieved, period. Actually, it's not achieved. It's not something that you stay in forever. It is a practice. And it's something that we can use as a tool to then approach our lives in different ways. We're humans, and so no, you're not going to feel like you're in this state of acceptance forever. That's just, I know for me personally, is just, again, a part of that cycle. Realizing that, hey, the anxieties that I've been pressing onto myself has all been an illusion. All of the pain that I've put myself through, the suffering, should I say, putting myself in a state of suffering because of whatever pain stimuli or what have you, anything that might cause mourning or grief or loss, or the idea of those things, instead of approaching it from a place of, oh my gosh, this means that I'm never gonna feel a state of acceptance ever again. Because think about it, when we're, let's say, falling in love, what do we feel? We feel light. Suddenly we can accept everything around us. Suddenly our annoying family member or friend or boss or whoever isn't as annoying. Everything feels lighter. We're accepting because we're choosing to be so appreciative and seeing the good around us, because suddenly there's this thing in our lives that's just illuminating that part of us, that part of ourselves that is in love with life and accepting of life is just activated. It's activated. And so I think that we can choose to use that knowledge to then create more reminders like that. And that can look like physical exercise and yoga and meditation and a form of creative expression, singing, painting, drawing. This is why these things are so important. Because when you're in that place of meditation and acceptance, suddenly things feel lighter. The illusions can lift. And you realize that, no, actually, I don't lack anything. And it's not that I'm broken, and it's not that I'm doomed to unhappiness, or that I need XYZ to be happy. I don't need to buy anything. I don't need to overextend myself to correct myself in parts of me that are wrong. Actually, I'm fine. Actually, I'm fine. And then when you reach that state, you suddenly realize maybe there's a lot of things that I've been allowing into my life. Abuse, whether that's from others or from ourselves, whether that's an unhealthy relationship with food, binge eating to fill a void, an abusive relationship, partner, friendship, energy vampires in your life that you allowed in because why? Because you thought, well, maybe this is it. Maybe something in this, even though part of it really hurts me. No, but maybe there's... You suddenly realize that, actually, I don't need to beat myself into shape. I don't. That's not the kind of effort that I want to put in. I actually want to live my life more effortlessly, from a place of love, from a place of kindness, and not abuse, not suffocation. I have to go to therapy. But I really hope that someone here gathered something good. I will be uploading more soon, and please do leave a comment. I want to hear your thoughts, and please do let me know anything that this made you think of. Also, any other questions, topics, just ideas that we might want to incorporate into this corner of the universe. I am planning to be back soon, so I want to talk to you. I want to get to know what kind of things we can bounce around and create. So yeah, with that, I send you lots of love, lots of comfort. Take care of yourselves. I love you. Bye.